We start with going back to Dan Gibson video from the minute 51, second 24. Dan Gibson video said, "Now with the lull in the war, Ibn Zubayr had time to rebuild his defenses and prepare for the return of the Umayyad army. Now I want to show something. Here is some of the volumes of Al-Tabari History of Islam. Al-Tabari managed to collect a massive amount of material that he writes about what happened during each year of Islamic history. He devotes whole chapters, sometimes 2 chapters to every year. But then something strange happens. The battle for the Holy City takes place over several years. But year 70 of Islamic history is of great importance. Now notice, Al-Tabari spent 15 pages describing what happened in year 69, and he spends 27 pages describing what happened in year 71. But where is year 70? Look at this. For year 70, Al-Tabari only records a few lines. Did he not find any information for this year? Or did later editors censor this year from Al-Tabari records? Only a few lines, but what he records give us a few tantalizing details. It tells us that Mus'ab ibn Zubayr, apparently brother of Abdullah, brings supplies to the Holy City. Were these supplies military equipment? No. It says he brought many horses and camels. I believe that this is the year that the followers of Ibn al-Zubayr moved south from Petra to the deserts of Arabia to find a place where they could hold out against the Umayyad forces. All details of this year have been removed from Al-Tabari's history, but we know that he obtained many horses and camels, which would have no other purpose than to move many of the people out of the city. This lull of the war continued into the next year, so Ibn al-Zubayr took advantage of the break to undertake a religious project. He decided to rebuild the Kaaba, but Al-Tabari does not tell us where the new Kaaba was constructed. Was it in Petra, or was it in a new safer location in faraway Mecca? I believe the new Kaaba was built in Saudi Arabia, and that the black rock was moved there for safekeeping. So even if Ibn al-Zubayr lost the Holy City, he still had the rock and the new Kaaba. Ended at minute 53 and 53 seconds. End of quote. Before I comment, let us first read what Al-Tabari said in year 70 after Hijrah. Al-Tabari said, under the title, The 70th Year, mentioning what was in it of events. In this year, the Rome, meaning the Byzantine, revolted. The Rome revolted, and they marched armies against the Muslims in the Levant. So Abdul Malik made a treaty with the king of the Rome that he pay him 1,000 every Friday, fearing for the Muslims from the Byzantine army. And in it, as Muhammad bin Umar mentioned, Mus'ab ibn al-Zubayr headed to Mecca, and he arrived to it with a lot of money, which he divided among his people and others, and brought with him many animals, loads and weights, and sent to Abdullah bin Safwan, Jabir bin Sheba, and Abdullah bin Muti' a lot of money, and slaughtered many animals. Abdullah ibn Zubayr headed the people to pilgrimage this year, and his governors and judges in the provinces in this year were same governors and judges as were in the previous year. End of quote from Al-Tabari Histories. The names Abdullah ibn Safwan and Abdullah ibn Muti' mentioned above are close loyal companions of Ibn Zubayr, and both were killed in battle with him, same day by his side. Now let us see what Ibn Kathir in Al-Bidayah wal-Nihaya history book said about this year 70 after Hijrah. He gave it less than 1 page, although he listed the names of famous people who died in that year. Ibn Kathir said about year 70 after Hijrah. He said, in this year the Rome attacked the people in the Levant, as they seen them weak because of the dispute between Abdul Malik ibn Marwan and Abdullah ibn Zubayr. Abdul Malik ibn Marwan made a treaty with the king of the Rome that Abdul Malik will pay to him in every Friday 1,000 dinars, as he was afraid for the safety of the Levant people. In it, a pandemic hit Egypt. Abdul Aziz bin Marwan escaped from it to the eastern province. He settled in Hilwan, which is a distance from Cairo, and he made it home and bought it from the Coptic Christians for 10,000 dinars. And he built a government house and a mosque and stationed the soldiers there. In this year, Mus'ab ibn Zubayr traveled from Al-Basra to Mecca, carrying plenty of money. He distributed and slaughtered next to the Kaaba 1,000 badana, which means camels and or cows, and 20,000 lambs and sheep, and made the Meccan people rich. Then he returned to Iraq and gave gifts, handouts, and a lot of money to a group of the heads of people in Al-Hijaz. Ibn al-Zubayr headed the pilgrimage this year, and his governors on the countries stayed as before. List of important people and heads who died in this year. End of Ibn al-Kathir quote. As we see from Ibn Kathir, not a lot happened that year, same as al-Tabari. Only Ibn al-Kathir told us more details about what Mus'ab brought with him to Mecca that year, and what he did with it. As it is the norm that the various provinces send their contribution to the central government, Mus'ab brought with him the contribution of Iraq and Faris. He distributed the money and slaughtered the livestock. Nothing mysterious here. How Dan Gibson filled the empty spaces in Al-Tabari book with whatever he wished, without any proof or logic to support what he is saying. But Ibn Kathir filled Al-Tabari empty spaces and told us the camels which Dan Gibson told us they carried people to Al-Hijaz, these same camels were all slaughtered next to Al-Kaaba. Dan Gibson tells his viewers he, Ibn Zubayr, decided to rebuild the Kaaba, but Al-Tabari does not tell us where the new Kaaba was constructed. Al-Tabari did not tell us anything about the new Kaaba, nor did anybody else. Only Dan Gibson alone in the whole universe are telling such story. As Al-Tabari did not tell you anything about the new Kaaba, why you expect him to tell you about its location? It is said, the bigger the theory is, the bigger the evidence it will require. What we have here a claim that Al-Kaaba was moved from Petra to Mecca. On what evidence? Empty space in a history book filled with whatever one wishes. This is not evidence, this is the stuff for writing stories, writing fiction. Surely, that's not how science works. We come here to the end of this episode. We'll continue with the next episode, which is titled, Where Did Al-Hajjaj Rebuild Al-Kaaba? Thank you for watching. Please share this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. Wassalamu alaikum.